So now I'll know where to cut. Okay, let's go. And we are live. I'm here with my friend Lizzy Bori. It's Masai Lincoln on my show. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Do you know what? It's funny because obviously we went to the pub just before this, had a few drinks. I'm hoping Ben will come back. But for like a year and a half since I've been doing this show, I've been saying we need to do like a show where it's you or me or with a guest where we have a few drinks,
100%.
which is nice.
Yeah.
Because I listen to this podcast every week and it's hilarious, called We Might Be Drunk.
Mm-hmm.
So it's these two comedians and they'll have like a guest on and they'll just drink and they'll like talk about comedy and stuff that's going on. It's just like hilarious, and I thought that's actually such a good novel idea.
Yeah.
I think I sent you one of the episodes, but I don't know if you listened to it.
I'm sorry.
No.
I will.
Yeah.
I will. But yeah, no, it's nice. I'm looking forward to a beer when Ben comes.
Yeah. Are you more like when you actually go out to like a bar or a club, are you more like a spirits or like a beer kind of girl?
It depends on the night. If I'm starting, beer.
Okay.
If I'm out late, spirits, like vodka orange, my go-to. Love an apple.
Vodka orange. I think that's one of the most disgusting drinks ever.
Why though?
Because for me, I don't think they complement each other very well. If I'm going to drink vodka, I like a vodka lemonade because it doesn't taste like alcohol.
But they remind me of first year uni too much. I can't have a vodka.
Vodka lemonade?
A vodka lemonade, a vodka coke, a vodka Fanta. Just cannot, because that was
Really?
like, that's always what was cheapest at like those clubs at uni.
Yeah.
So I think I just overindulged so much in first year.
For me, it's just like I want something that doesn't taste too alcoholic, but it gets me drunk.
Yes, but that's how I feel about vodka orange.
Do you like tequila?
No. Oh, I like a shot.
Yeah,
Not a long tequila drink.
I can have like a shot, yeah. But for me, you know when people are like actually just downing them, I think that's a bit mad.
Yeah, like a spicy marg, can't do it.
I've never had one, but they
Margarita.
look really nice. Are they like are they similar to mojito? Not similar to mojito. But...
Ish, but they're not rum based. They're tequila based, so they're quite. Because obviously a mojito you can't taste rum as much, whereas tequila's like quite a strong flavour.
Yeah.
So I don't like long tequila drinks, but I did go to Taco Fest a few weeks ago, which is like a taco and tequila festival.
Yeah.
And that was actually unreal. I think because I was probably drinking quite good quality tequila.
Yeah.
Whereas usually it's just like a little sombrero bottle that you get in like Sainsbury's or whatever. But
well, yeah, you went to Mexico, didn't you?
no.
I thought you went to Mexico when you went to Latin America.
No, never.
Oh, because I was going to say, I can imagine the drinks out there would be kind of crazy.
Well, I've heard the tequila out there is like a different level.
What was actually just drinking and alcohol like in Latin America in general? Any kind of like, not stories, but was it different to how it is here?
I wouldn't say it was different. I feel like they like a good drink.
Yeah.
There's like a famous cocktails in a couple of places called a terremoto, which kind of translates as like earthquake.
What's that, Colombian?
I think we had them in Chile mainly, but I think there's a few countries that do a terremoto, which makes sense because like terra is like earth,
Okay.
and then moto like movement, so it's like a earthquake thing.
What was it?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. It might have actually been tequila, but drinking out there was like very easy, good vibes. Everyone's dancing, chilling.
Are they? Do they have like? Because what I've realised when you go to other countries like Italy and Spain, they don't really have pubs. Do they have pubs there or not?
No, not really. More like bars.
They have bars, don't they?
A few like tourist hotspots will have Irish pubs.
Yeah.
And have like English pubs. But it's more for tourists. So like you won't get locals drinking in a pub.
They don't
That's
have
100%
I don't know why. Like I feel like
British and Irish thing.
British. It's like a British and German. I feel like German countries like Germany, Austria, France have pubs, but other European countries, I don't feel like they don't really have them. When I went to Germany, we went to German pubs and stuff.
Germany makes sense, and like somewhere like I don't know, Czech Republic or those like beery countries, especially like beer bars, which probably makes it feel more like a pub. But like no, pubs are just not a thing for like general.
Yeah, I think pub crawls abroad are like really, really fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, pub crawls are... Is that Ben?
I don't know.
I'm going to quickly check if that's him. Stay there.
No,
you keep talking. They can still hear me.
I will do. I do love... One thing I love about being home is a good pub, because you just can't beat them.
Sorry, I'm just going to check if Ben's there.
Yeah, no worries. Because you do really miss that, I think, when you're travelling. It's one thing that you really appreciate about being home is being in a nice pub.
Sorry.
And it's something I just love when I'm just walking home, like from work, or in a new part of London, is just seeing what local pubs there are.
Sorry, I thought that was Ben.
Not every pub is like pub-a-side.
Oh, you're still talking?
I'm just talking.
Sorry. I thought that was Ben, but he's not here.
No,
it's a good thing this isn't live. What was you saying?
I was just saying, like, it's one thing that I did miss when I was travelling is a good, like, English, Irishy pub.
Yeah.
And it's one thing I enjoy about like going out in London is like you might be in a new area or a new street for a night, and wherever you go, there's going to be a pub.
Yeah.
And like you can just discover a really fucking good pub.
I think that's one of the
I just will.
Oh, sorry. That's I think one of the best things about Britain in general and London or whatever. the pubs are just so good, and there's so many options. Like there's so many pubs in my local area that I've just never been to. So there must be so many pubs elsewhere that are quite good.
That's what I mean. Like the pub we went before this, I've lived in this area, same as you, my whole life.
Your whole life, yeah.
Never been in there.
Yeah.
But little to know, cheap. Gem, we did a great time.
Yeah, so do you know what? We could actually go to that pub afterwards. It's called the
Crooked Billet.
Yeah, so that's one of the. I looked it up once. It's one of the oldest pubs in London.
Really?
So this pub opened like 400 years ago.
Fair enough.
And I've never been, so I'd like to go there. Yeah,
we're going to karaoke.
I'm not doing karaoke.
Why?
I feel like karaoke is the thing that you can only really do when you're really
super drunk.
Really drunk.
Yeah.
And can I give you like a peeve of mine? People that go to karaoke that can actually sing. Because it's just sort of like...
I agree.
What are you trying to
prove?
prove?
No one likes a good karaoke singer.
Yeah, it really feels like you're trying to prove something.
Yeah.
I need to start writing these down, but I have like these things that just bother me so much.
But equally though, if there was someone in your friendship group who was a really good singer, would you not be like hyping them up? Being
no,
like,
that would be
wait
cool.
For my friend, he's so cool.
That would be
so
cool.
Good.
Oh, Ben, you're back.
Ben's here with the goods.
We thought you weren't
They
coming.
sound like they've bottle tops.
We genuinely thought you weren't coming back. How many beers did you buy?
Just 6.
6. Oh, okay, fine.
You not fan of bottles?
No, I like it.
No,
I'm
I like
going to
a
open it.
I've got bottle opener if you want.
Oh, fabulous. These are huge.
Are they cold?
Styrofoams. I like a styrofoam actually.
Why did you buy it? Oh, well, we can... Hang on. Well, there's a fridge over there, Ben, if you want to keep... Oh, something there.
Absolutely.
Oh, you already... Okay, well...
Please don't use your teeth.
No.
Well, people do that, it stresses me out.
I haven't used a bottle opener in years, but it's just that because
What, because you use your teeth?
No, I was going to, but then you asked me not to.
But you haven't used one in years because you use your teeth?
Yeah, I always use my teeth.
Oh my god, are your teeth okay?
Yeah, fine. Well, they're bad before I started doing this.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We love the beat radio.
Cheers, Ben.
Cheers. Love the beat.
Love that beat.
Love that beat.
Oh my god. Well, to be honest, these beers that we don't drink, we can just put in our bags anyway. So not a biggie.
They did check my bag by the way in pulling on.
Yeah, they checked my bag as well.
Yeah.
What in the what do you call it?
Yeah,
in the pub, yeah.
Yeah, same. They proper searched me. Right?
Mate, I've never been searching that pub.
I've never been in a pub.
We was talking about going Crooked Billet because we were saying
yeah, I'm so done.
It's one of the oldest pubs in London.
Yeah.
I was saying that sometimes they do karaoke in that pub.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That would be a laugh. Well, actually, I wouldn't be.
What would be your go-to karaoke song?
I feel like if I was gonna do karaoke, it would have to be something that everyone knows. Maybe like Young Hearts Run Free. I'm thinking like a soulful number, like a
crowd pleaser,
like a diva anthem kind of thing.
Yeah.
What about you?
Depends how many drinks I've had.
What do you mean?
Well, if I've had a lot of drinks, I'm going Adele. If I haven't, then I'm
no
going
way.
Like
No, I don't think you should do a song where you have to be like a really good singer.
No, but
because Adele's like a really good vocalist. I feel like it's got to be something where I don't know, Come On Eileen or something like that.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
So I find those karaoke songs annoying.
Right.
Because I want to hear the original.
I don't know how I feel on that one, kid. Oh.
Okay.
I'm apprehensive about getting involved in the combos. I don't know the matter.
No, it's alright. I can subtitle it in. Or you can sit closer, but you can sit next to Lizzy if you want. Get that chair there if you want to sit there.
What is your go-to karaoke song? I've never seen you in karaoke. I've never seen you in karaoke.
We done karaoke once, but I was drunk as shit. And I actually wasn't that drunk now looking back. That's why I tried to forget it. It was me singing Frank Ocean. It was rubbish. Thinking About You by Frank Ocean.
You know he was in Croydon recently?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
A few days after me. And I was literally, that's where I walked there every day.
But who was?
Frank Ocean. He was in Croydon.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I know, just disappeared, turned up in Croydon.
Yeah. Oh, so I was going to ask you. So I said, let's watch the same film and talk about it. What did you think of the film Thursday Murder Club?
I really enjoyed it actually.
Yeah.
So I read a little bit of the book, not loads. But I thought like the cast was insane.
Yeah, it was unbelievable, wasn't it?
It was so good.
It was just A-lister after A-lister.
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good.
Any criticisms?
I mean, I'm not saying it's not exactly The Godfather, but it's just a fun movie to watch.
Agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And I kind of like that it's based around old people as well.
Same.
Yeah. And they're still really good actors like Pierce Brosnan.
So
Helen
good.
Mirren.
Helen Mirren's insane. I can't remember the name of the lady who, like the newest edition.
I can't remember her name either.
The real lady.
I know Sir Kingsley was in it.
Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley.
Yeah. I thought for a while he was going to be sus because I feel like I couldn't gauge what his character was, like the point of his character. But, do you know what I mean? What role the character should have played. So I really thought I was suspicious of him at one point.
Yeah.
And also I didn't realise for ages that the guy the Polish guy, in it, who was digging.
Yeah.
I was like, I recognise him. I thought he
was from like EastEnders or something.
Do you know where he's from?
What?
In-Betweeners. He's Donovan.
Oh my days, Donovan! Oh my god!
Harry, I was like pausing. I was like, we recognise him. And Harry was like, I've got it. In-Betweeners.
Oh, you watched it with Harry? Nice. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a good film. I enjoyed it.
The only thing I really wanted them to actually say what Helen Mirren did before, because it was heavily implied that she worked for like MI5.
No, that's what she said. She basically confirmed it when she was in the thing. She was in MI5.
Yeah, I know, but I really wanted.
She was like a secret agent.
I know, I know that, but I wanted her to. I wanted to know exactly what her role was. I would have loved like a flashback to her when she was younger and what she actually did. That's the only thing I was like, I'd love to have known more.
Do you know what's funny? I know the name Helen Mirren, but what has she been in and what's she done?
I had exactly the same conversation with Harry.
But I know who she is, but
Same. I've never watched another film with her in.
Right, yeah, because I know Pierce Brosnan is James Bond.
Yeah. I know he's a Mamma Mia. That's kind of what I
yeah, but a lot of people said that film was pretty crap. And I find it very annoying, Mamma Mia.
I think it's quite divisive, but yeah.
Yeah. Apparently the play is really good.
Yeah, it was good actually. I've seen it. It was good, yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a really good film.
Oh.
Apparently, though, I heard Pierce Brosnan was a little bit unhappy because originally it was out in cinemas, but for a really short time.
Yeah, I think it was only in there for like a week or something.
So apparently they had royalties in their contract for cinema viewings.
Right.
And they were a bit annoyed because it was like pulled forward or it wasn't as long as they thought or had hoped, but because it went straight onto Netflix afterwards, people were like, what's the point of putting that on cinemas? People are going to go straight to Netflix to see it.
Yeah.
And then obviously they don't get the royalties from the cinema.
Exactly, yeah. It's like pay-per-view kind of thing.
Yeah.
Did you, I only realised the other day I get half price tickets at View Cinema.
From what, Monzo?
O2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I need to start going because there's this film that come out I've been wanting to see for a little while. There's two films actually. So first film is called Caught Stealing.
Okay.
It's Austin Butler.
Yeah.
Who I recognise the name, but I've never seen him in anything. And
Elvis.
Sorry?
Did you watch the Elvis film?
No.
Oh, okay.
And Zoe Kravitz, they're in it. And then another film I want to watch, I think it's called Roses or something. Or
The Roses.
Yeah, it's Olivia Colman and Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah, I really want to see that as well. We should go. We should all go.
I'm going with my mum to see that. I'm so sorry.
When are you going to see it with your mum?
Probably next week.
Great, I'll be there. We can watch it together.
I haven't heard the other one. But which cinemas is that?
They both came out last week. Yeah, it's View Cinema. So if you're an O2 customer, you get half price.
Fair play.
Yeah, I didn't realise I have O2 Priority. I had no idea.
Fair play.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah, nice. The View in Bromley is actually really good.
Mm.
It's like because it's
quite new. Seats and stuff,
even like the less good seats are still really good.
Yeah, they're really
quite
nice.
A new cinema.
I went to an Everyman for the first time a couple of months ago.
Which one? Palace?
No, the one in Oxted.
Oh yeah.
It's the first time I've ever been to one. And oh my god, it's so
nice.
It? Have you been to one before?
Never.
Yeah, so it's basically just sofas.
Yeah.
And you can order drinks and food and they bring it to you before the film starts.
Insane.
But when the film starts, you have to go out if you want to get food and drinks. But they just bring the food out to you. It's like service is really good. And they have a restaurant and a bar in there. So if you want to have a drink and have dinner before the film, you can. It's really good.
I assume it's a bit more like expensive.
I think it's a tiny bit more expensive, but it's not like ridiculously.
But you think it's worth the money?
I mean, I didn't pay for it, so. But yeah, I can see why people pay that money, kind of thing. Yeah. And if you want to get boozy at the film, you can. But I don't think I'd want to get boozy at a film because I'd want to not remember it, but be more focused on the film.
I completely agree. The amount of times. No, go on.
It just depends what kind of film. If it's like a fun, social watch along and speak about art sort of film.
Yeah.
True that.
That is true. Yeah.
True that. Yeah. Funny you say that because there's been so many times that like me and Harry have planned on going to watch a film. And we'll like go to the pub first, just for a couple, and then we end up getting the flavour too much. I'm like, well, we're not going to go see and watch a film now. The amount of time, the amount of money I spent on tickets and never actually gone to the cinema because we got pissed.
Yeah, that's fine. Genuine question: do you think? I saw like a poll the other day. If you was dating someone, like not in a relationship, but do you think cinema is a good like sort of first date or second date? Because you're not talking to each other, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always think that as well.
I think it's a good, maybe like you've had the first 1, 2, maybe even third date.
Yeah.
And then by fourth date, it's like, cuddle in, share some snacks. It's a good opportunity to like start,
get a bit more
physical, know.
Yeah. Okay, what do you think is like the best first date then?
Drinks, pub.
Yeah, because I saw something maybe like today or yesterday. Someone was saying if you go to like a restaurant date, basically I think you're boring.
Yeah.
People prefer activity dates, but I feel like that can be a bit of a hit and miss.
No, I want drinks in a pub.
I'm the same.
Talk.
Because you get to know each other, and then you can, if you have a few drinks, your inhibitions go down a bit. You're not as nervous. Yeah. For me, I think the best first date is like, let's just go to the pub.
100%.
Yeah. But I can, and also I think eating in front of someone for the first time, people can
agree.
get quite self-conscious.
100%.
Especially if you're having a food that's quite messy, like I don't know, pasta.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think with my second date, I think our third date was a dinner thing, and even then I didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I was just conscious.
I wouldn't
got
want to
like
do that.
a salad because I was like,
and I would have been starving after. I would have went McDonald's afterwards.
But I feel like, I don't know, like I feel like for the guy, maybe their choice of food doesn't change. Maybe it does. They're not going to go for like ribs. But like,
I'd probably get like wings or something.
Yeah. Like,
do you okay? So do you think that if you got like say if you were single now, and you went on a date, I guess girls don't really plan dates, do they? I guess the guy isn't really the one that plans.
What was you going to ask?
Like, so let's say you was gonna go. Let's say you were single now, and you was gonna go on a date with a guy, and you were planning it. What would you do?
We're talking local.
Whatever you think.
I think I would take I think I just recreate honestly the date that I had with Harry.
Where did you go?
So we started off in Barrow and Horn in Bromley, because you want a pub that's like nice.
Yes.
You don't want like
where we were.
Where we just went. For a date. So like you go to a pub where the pints are like 7-8 quid, and there's like, you know, there's like lights hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
There's dogs there. That kind of like craft beer.
Okay.
But like we went there for one. What are you laughing? So we went there first, but I suggested that because, for instance, in that instance, Harry was coming to me and he's not from Bromley. So I was like, this is a nice pub to introduce you to the area, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But after that, my favourite pub in Bromley is the Railway, which is lovely.
I think that's actually nicer than the...
I agree as well, but I feel like when you're trying to make not impression, you want...
a good first impression.
You want it to like look more like bar-y almost. So I think I would a really nice locals pub I think I'd actually pick.
Right.
I also think it's different because the age you are, so like now we're later 20s, I probably value more of like a locals chill.
Yeah.
Like, I want a nice glass, I don't want a chunky wine glass.
I mean, I don't drink wine, so I don't know what that is.
Neither do I really, but I want the right glass.
Right, okay.
I don't want like, I would, you know, sometimes you go like, get Guinness and it comes in like a Peroni glass.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? Like you want a nice experience, everything's got to be nice.
Yeah.
So somewhere where it's nice, chilled, nice bit of music.
Yeah.
A garden.
Garden's nice, yeah.
And then maybe like nearby there's some like bars that are open a bit later in case you want to carry things on. You don't want to go somewhere too quiet. You want like options.
Yeah.
Near a station.
I think that's quite good. I have like a first date spot. I usually go to Westow House, Crystal Palace.
That's a great first date.
That's
such a good first date.
I've literally had about 5 or 6 different first dates there in my life.
Although, do you know what's bad about that pub?
What? It's a hotel.
I love the pub. Oh, fair. When you're sat outside,
I love it.
It's so loud because there's so many police cars.
You're right on the triangle.
But there's so many police cars that go past. Like if you're there, and then the police siren goes off, you cannot hear yourself think.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
And there's so much traffic there because there's like 4 exits or whatever.
Yeah. It's near a bus garage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But great pub.
Yeah, I agree.
Did you know opposite that they're opening
the Spoons? Yeah, I saw that on Facebook. Yeah, because they closed the Palace Spoons down last year.
That was a bad Spoons, to be fair. We went there once. You remember?
When did you go with us?
We went there, and I remember us creasing because the Wi-Fi password was like coffee bean something. Do you not remember this?
You actually having a laugh? I don't. How old were we? Like 19?
Maybe like 20.
Why? What?
19, 20.
I'd love to know why we were there. Like when we were 20.
We might have just gone out and Chris Palace.
Oh, maybe it was before like Lewis's party and we went there.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
That's probably what it was. Funny. I don't remember that at all.
No, I don't think we were there for long.
What about you, Ben? Where do you think is a good first date place?
Pub.
Just pub, yeah?
Cook a bit. I hope we go there after.
No, we were literally saying...
I've never been inside.
We were literally saying we're going to go there afterwards. Please. Yeah. It's one of the oldest. It's one of the oldest pubs in London.
Where have you got that information from?
Wikipedia. It's like 400 years old. Yeah, so I'm
400 years?
Yeah.
So what is that like? 16...
Something like that. It's one of the oldest pubs in London. Really? Something like that? Yeah. Yeah, that could be a shout. Take a girl there. Oh, Ben, do you mind plugging in my phone to the portable charger? Just because that phone always dies.
Yes, sir.
Cheers, kid. What was I going to say? So, Have you been, like ticking off all the countries that you've been to? Have you got like a list of how many countries you've been to?
Yes.
How many have you been to? Do you know?
I'll have to check, but I think it's around 37.
37. Wow.
But in that list, I do include all the countries within the UK.
No, so would I.
Thank you, because people argue it's one country. I'm like, no, but it's different countries, different cultures.
We're one government, but I would say we're different countries.
I completely agree. It's different cultures, there's different traditions.
Yeah. So have you been to both Ireland, Northern and Republic?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't say that Northern Ireland and England is the same country, because it's just not.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
There's borders there. There's different laws in these countries.
Yeah.
Different flags.
Different flags. Yeah. We all do drive on the same side though.
Like for instance, I'm both Scottish and Irish heritage, so I would consider do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't see English and Scottish as the same thing.
I think if we're talking about countries, they're different, but for me, I would say the genetics are pretty much the same.
No, I agree, but then I would.
But I guess Scottish,
I see my being English, Scottish, and Irish. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I wouldn't think I'm English and Scottish as one, and then Irish. Do you know what I mean?
That'd be British and Irish, then I guess.
Exactly, but I don't think like that.
I know what you mean. Yeah. You're an Anglo-Saxon.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
You Jamaican and Irish?
No, so I like.
You've got Scottish in you.
No, I don't. My it's a slave name.
Oh.
Yeah, because obviously, like my dad's surname is Farquharson, which is.
I thought it was Scottish.
It is a Scottish name, but obviously my dad's not Scottish. He's Jamaican. But then obviously that name would have been like a colonial.
But your dad's fully Jamaican.
Well, yeah, Jamaican and Trinidad, but like they're two British colonies, aren't they? So, but Jamaica was a British colony, which obviously would have had Scots by default in there. But the Brits obviously were always invading Ireland, so there was a lot of Irish influence there because they would get Irish people to go to Jamaica and set up businesses and stuff and whatever. So yeah, it's my name and a lot of Caribbean people's names. They have like Scottish, Irish, British names, but yeah, I mean my mum's British, but my dad isn't, but he's got a Scottish surname, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because
I was gonna say it's funny because when we was texting yesterday about organising today, and Harry was like, his name is Farquharson. And I was like, yeah. He was like, I thought his last name was Lincoln. I was like, no, I think that's his middle name.
That's my middle name, yeah.
And he was like, did anyone call him Lord Farquhar growing up?
Oh, yeah,
I was like, I don't know.
All the time.
I didn't know myself.
I get called Lord Farquhar at school all the time. Or another name I can't say on the radio. But yeah, no, like pretty much every Caribbean person has like a British name, and a lot of the times, if you're being more specific, a lot of it is either Scottish or Irish.
I get the first name, but I suppose,
Yeah. And my mum her surname is actually Spanish, which is Martin, but in Spain it would be Martin because her dad's Spanish.
Or Martinez.
No, it's just Martin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like M-A, but it's spelled Martin, but it's a Spanish English name.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
How many countries have you been to?
I think probably like, if I had to guess, maybe like 13 or 14.
Still good.
I've never actually, in the UK and Ireland, I've only ever been to England.
Really?
I've never been
to Ireland?
No, I really want to go, but I've never been never even Northern Ireland or Scotland or Wales. Nice. I've been near to Wales. Like, we've been to Bristol before.
Yeah, that's really close to Wales.
I think Ben, you've been to Wales for football, haven't you? Yeah, but I've never been.
Yeah, Wales is nice. I've only been to the Brecon Beacons, which is kind of, I think, near the border.
Yeah. But when you've gone to Scotland, Wales, or Northern Ireland, does it actually feel like you're in a different country?
Hard to say. So, Scotland, I was really young.
Okay.
Like, still a kid, like not even a teenager. Ireland, for me, doesn't feel like a different... It does feel like a different country, but it doesn't because my family's Irish.
We're talking about your family Northern Irish?
No, Irish.
They're actually Republican.
So I'm so used to being around Irish people.
Yeah.
And that kind of culture. It didn't feel like I was a
foreigner. And obviously, Irish culture is still, even though it's different, it's still similar-ish to British.
I know, I for sure felt foreign there because...
of the history and stuff.
Maybe that, and I think also just the accent and...
Yeah, you stand out more when you sound different to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel... I felt like I was perceived as a foreigner, but it felt familiar.
Yeah.
Because of just my family.
So like drinking culture and stuff, like...
Yeah,
still,
just the accent.
There's a lot of similarities.
The way they talk.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities to Ireland and obviously England and UK.
Yeah, and then...
But it's obviously different as well.
Northern Ireland...
Obviously, Northern Ireland's an interesting place because it's divided, but it's also its own country, but it's not. It's a territory. And also, when you speak to Northern Irish people, depending on like their background, they'll say, "Oh, this is British" or "This is Irish." So it's hard. It's hard to sort of gauge.
It is.
It's divided. It's complicated.
I was obviously visiting friends in Northern Ireland, and I think they had to make sure that we were staying in a Protestant area Belfast.
So they were like loyalists. They were like unionists.
No, they're a mix of Catholic and very pro-union.
But they don't really care, sort of thing. They're just like.
Well, a couple of them care quite a lot. A couple of them don't. But regardless of that, they said in Belfast, it felt like there was some streets side by side or neighbourhoods that would have Union Jack flags, even Brexit flags. Some would have the tricolour, the Irish tricolour.
Yeah.
And they were very much like, you have to stay on this street.
This
if you stay on this street and they hear an English accent, like, they're not going to like it.
Yeah, it's really interesting because obviously when you look at the history of Ireland and how it is still so divided in the north, and you speak to people who aren't from Northern Ireland and they'll be like, well, no, I'm British, and then some people will tell you that they're Irish.
Yeah, I think it's quite divided.
It's really interesting, but I think for the first time ever, I saw a few years ago that there are more Catholics in Northern Ireland than there is ever been before.
Yeah, I think it helps. I think there's quite a few Irish musicians now who are quite vocal about it. Which maybe there hasn't been since like
Kneecap, they're from Northern Ireland, but they identify as Irish.
And even like Fontaines and like I think at the minute Irish music's having quite a moment.
Yeah,
which is great.
It's interesting because I mean I don't say there's one right or wrong answer. I'm not Irish, I can't comment on it, but it's interesting because in fighting, for example, there's a guy called Paul Hughes. He's from Northern Ireland, but he's like, I represent Ireland. When he comes out to his fights, he carries a tricolour. But then there's a boxer called I can't remember if it's Donovan or whatever it is, but he's like, no, I'm more British. Like I represent Northern Ireland. Do you know what I mean? So it's still, there is a lot of divide there as well.
And
so.
I can't comment in terms of why they might, that is in why someone feels more British or why someone feels more Irish. Do you know what I mean? It's such a hard.
It's hard. It's a real grey area.
It is, yeah. And it's also down to, I don't know, your
history and family and religion. Everything. And I've even in Glasgow, Glasgow is very divided as well because you know, like the Celtic Rangers rivalry is so big, and it's basically Celtic was a football club founded by Irish immigrants, and Rangers is more aligned with the United Kingdom. So the rivalry is so intense, and especially back in the day as well, like people wouldn't hire people if you were a Rangers fan or a Celtic fan, and it was and I've met people that have lived in Glasgow, and they're like, if you went for a job interview, don't tell them who you support, don't tell them where your family, what their religion is, because it can be very sectarian, which is it's really interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Really interesting.
But like I said, I can't comment on how people identify, but when I was in Northern Ireland, I didn't feel like I was abroad, definitely not. I didn't feel like that either in Scotland. I think I felt like I was more abroad in Ireland, probably because I flew. And you feel like there's water separating you. There is obviously in Northern Ireland as well.
I know what you mean.
But it just, I don't know why.
Do you know what's funny? Because I work with a lot of Irish people, and they'll say that you can obviously just drive to and from. And and like what I find funny is in the Republic of Ireland you have to use euros, but in Northern Ireland you have to use pounds. That must be such a pain if you're going.
Because also, like, if I'm getting on a flight to Northern Ireland, we wouldn't have to show our passports. You can show your driving license, right? Because so same as if we fly to Scotland, you haven't got to bring a passport. You can just bring a driving license because it's within the same country.
Oh, really? So if we got a flight, we could get a flight to Glasgow and wouldn't have to show a passport. Yeah. Really?
But if you fly to Ireland, you would have to show your passport.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So I mean, I think that's quite a different, an interesting.
And it's funny because Ireland's an EU country as well.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So obviously, I really need and want to get my Irish passport.
Can you get an Irish passport?
Yeah.
So what is the rules for you? Because your grandparents are Irish, aren't
Yeah.
they? So how would you go about getting one?
So I think my uncle just got his done, and I'm pretty sure you just have to provide a birth certificate of either one or two grandparents. I think it's one. I'm not sure.
Because I looked into that the other day because this lady that I worked with, who's from the Republic of Ireland, she was saying people from Northern Ireland, you can have a choice. You can have a British passport or a Republican passport, or you can have both.
I bet most people go the Republican one now, no? Because
it depends. I think that it could just be like, well, it'd be more practical for me to get both. If it was me, if I lived in Northern Ireland, I'd probably get both. But I remember a few years ago, my uncle applied for a Spanish passport because my grandfather is Spanish from Madrid. Okay. So he just got one through that. But for grandchildren, I looked into it just to see what it would take. I would actually have to live in Spain for a year, then I'd be eligible to get one.
Fair. Would you do it?
Nah.
Have you been to Madrid?
I've never been to Madrid. I've been all over Spain.
Oh, I loved it.
The only places in Madrid I haven't been is basically Seville and Madrid.
Same. I've not been to,
It's the hottest city in Europe.
I saw that on Instagram the other day. But
they got their own oranges as well, Seville oranges.
I went in June for a wedding and I absolutely fell in love with Madrid.
Oh, Madrid. Okay,
Loved it.
How was it? It was nice.
It was so good. I mean, we went and it was Pride weekend. So it was a really like busy, buzzing weekend as it was.
Is Pride weekend different in like what I mean is different dates to Spain than it is? Because I feel like they have different dates across the world, don't they?
I think it might be because I think Pride is actually celebrated. I want to say August in England, like properly. Like
I think Pride month in the UK is June.
I thought that as well, but
I think they celebrate. But I think I think the parade was like a week after in July.
Oh, maybe it's July. But
I don't know, Ben was there. I don't
know. in Madrid it was mid-June.
Okay.
Yeah. And obviously we were staying in like what I now know is the very centre, and it was really hard because obviously we had to get to a wedding, we had to get Uber and whatever. But the whole city was like cordoned off to traffic for like to make it pedestrianised. So it's almost like staying in the middle of like I don't know,
Tottenham Court Road.
Yeah, or like
Shepherd's Bush or something like that.
What's that square called?
Leicester Square.
Or Leicester Square.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get to a wedding in like Brixton.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But the whole of zone 1 to 3 is
just cornered off.
So we were like running around the city trying to find like basically roads that had so that affected the experience, but it was still great. Absolutely.
And that was your first time in Madrid?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah. What was the food like? Because my mum's side of the family, because my granddad is Spanish, they're quite biased. They would always say, "Oh, the food in Madrid is way better than Barcelona and Valencia and stuff." I
don't know, because I mean, we ate like a few times out, but I've been to Barcelona once, but for a Hindu, so we didn't do like that much food stuff. But I love the food.
I think the food's incredible.
So do I.
The best tapas I ever had was actually in Valencia.
Interesting.
Because they invented paella.
Yeah.
But that is the best tapas I've ever had. I went to this restaurant on the beach, and it was amazing. Like one of the best tapas I've ever had.
Yeah, I would say like we went to like I saw a few places on Instagram to save like things like croquettes and like fried fish and
but it can be
loads of ham on.
It can be subjective because do you know what I've noticed as well? When I went up to Manchester to see you at uni, and when I've been up north, they don't do Savoy in their fish and chip shops.
Oh really? I didn't even know that.
I've been to Manchester, Sheffield, Liverpool, and I can't remember where else I went up north. They don't do Savoy in their fish and chips. Down south, London, Bournemouth, Brighton, we do Savoy, and it's so weird.
But then up north they'll also have like gravy. So like down south and north you get curry sauce as an option. But only in north you probably get gravy as an option. Like, I don't think we get gravy down here.
I don't think we do. No, but I find it so weird because I get Savoy and chips when I get.
Is that your order?
Yeah.
What's your order, Ben?
Normal sausage.
Battered sausage.
Oh, I find that so dry. Do you know what I mean?
I just get I haven't had fish and chips in years. That it would always be a cod.
But I just find it so weird how up north they basically Savoy is a write-off in fish and chips. I just don't get it.
Yeah, fair. I know families who'll go fish and chips and get Savoy for the dog.
No, I love it. The taste of a Savoy in my mouth.
I don't know what are they giving the dog, a pack of pie or a bad sausage.
Do you listen to a lot of podcasts?
Not a lot. I listen to like maybe 3 that I listen to regularly.
Yeah, what podcasts do you listen to?
At the minute, I'm really loving. So Rylan Clark's got one about living. It's like living life after love. So it's people who've been like heartbroken, or like divorced or whatever.
Yeah.
Who like continue to find love either in later life or whatever.
Yeah.
I like Paul Brunson's. We Need to Talk.
Who's Paul Brunson?
You know the guy off of Celebs Go Dating who does like the relationship and psychological, like psychology.
Oh, is he the black guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you mean. Yeah.
I really like his. And then Elizabeth Day's How to Fail.
I recognise her name, but I don't know who that is.
So she's like a journalist. Like she's really like, obviously she's trained, like media trained, and like the way she speaks is incredible. She gets amazing guests. Hers is all about people's failures, and she talks about how their failures turned into
successes
or shaped who they are. Love that one.
So you like a lot of dating podcasts?
No.
Okay, I thought they were mainly I thought they were mainly dating ones.
No, they're definitely. I think most of them cover love and relationships in some way, for sure.
Yeah.
They're not about dating or meeting people.
I had a meeting with this exec producer like a month ago. Really like big guy in the industry, and he's got his own production company.
Oh yeah.
And he obviously he's an exec producer on this podcast, and he was like saying, oh, who do you think would be a good guest to get on or whatever? And we were just talking about podcasts for ages, but he's mainly TV, but he does podcasts as well. And I was like, I listen on average, I counted, on average every week, I listen to 24 to 27 hours of podcasts a week.
But how many podcasts is that?
I think probably about 4 to 5, 6. But some of them have a few episodes a week, is what I'm saying. But I will listen on average 24 hours a week of podcasts.
That's a whole day. That's the 7th of your week.
Yeah, but you're obviously doing stuff.
I listen to podcasts to go to sleep.
Oh, because I don't want to miss anything.
No, because I'll just re-listen to it.
Oh yeah, fair, yeah.
So I always put them when I go to bed. Sometimes when I'm walking, I put them on when I'm on my lunch break, walking around London.
Yeah, same.
But in the morning I need music.
Yeah.
Mornings music, lunches podcasts.
Well, actually, on my way to work, if my journey on the way to work is an hour, the first 40 minutes will be podcasts, 20 minutes will be music. But if you're on the tube, I just go straight music because you can't hear podcasts on the tube because it's so loud.
Yeah. But what podcasts do you listen to?
Well, mainly they're to do with fighting, so you wouldn't know anything about them. But the one that I sent you, sorry, that sounded so
How
rude.
do you know that?
Well, but the one that you would, one of the ones that I listen to that you would genuinely like is that We Might Be Drunk one. It's hilarious. And they literally have a guest on, they talk about whatever, and they have drinks. Because they have their own whiskey, and they just talk about crap. It's really good. Theo Von's another one I think you'd like.
Harry loves Theo Von.
Oh, his podcast is really good because he gets a variety of guests. Like he had on a couple of months ago, he had on Lewis Capaldi.
Oh yeah.
And obviously I know his music, but I didn't really know much about him. He seems like
he's hilarious.
He's like quite a funny, interesting guy.
He's so funny.
Yeah, and he's like, and they're talking about Scotland or whatever, and he's like, he has no idea what he's talking about, but it's really good. So Louis Theroux's podcast is really good.
Wait, what's it called?
It's just called the Louis Theroux podcast or something.
Think, yeah.
And he said it's like he even says it's very unoriginal, but yeah, that's the name. But he has what I like about Louis Theroux's podcast, he has a variety of guests.
Yeah, he does.
So one of the first ones I listened to is, and that's how I found out about it, is he interviewed this guy called Leon Edwards, who's a UFC fighter. But then he's had on other people like Willem Dafoe, and who else did he have on recently? He had Amelia from the Chicken Shop Day, and he has like a variety of different people, which I really, really like.
Yeah, but I think through his work, he's built such a network of like
A-listers and stuff.
Yeah, and even not even A-listers, but just across different genres and different industries and different people, walks of life.
Yeah, and that's what I like about Louis Theroux's podcast is because it can get a different range of people.
100%, yeah.
Because you might just see one and be like, oh, I'll listen to that. Do you know what I mean?
That's a little bit how I feel about Elizabeth today. She has people from, a lot of them are like musicians, but like they're all different genres, different walks of life. But I completely agree.
What is she known for?
So she's an author, journalist, writer, but she really she had a podcast before podcasts were sort of famous. Like she jumped on the trend quite early.
Yeah.
I think because of that, her interview style and everything stands out a lot.
Yeah.
And also the way she speaks is so eloquent. I don't know, I just find it like really, it's such a nice listening experience.
It's good, like you don't even realise you're listening.
I think as well because she was trained, she always did media interviews like for newspapers.
Yeah.
So she's always done interviewing, but now she's doing it in a different form.
Yeah, and do you know what I like about that is a person like her who's had, say, that experience before, now she can sort of play more by her rules because when you're doing those kind of interviews, you have to sort of maybe ask the right questions and you have a certain amount of time. The beauty of podcasts is that you're not really censored and you have an unlimited time limit to basically ask what you want, dive deep. Usually a lot of podcasts will have like a producer in the back looking things up as well in the background. So, but I like to watch a lot of podcasts to get sort of improve myself at interviewing people because one thing I've noticed is I know that I'm good at talking to people.
Yeah.
But what I've realised from doing this show, and this is not even a big show or anything, but I've realised is that when I've had guests on before, I get so excited that I'll talk over people, and I didn't even realise that I was doing that until I started doing this show. So I think one of the best things about being a good talker and being a good interviewer is also being a good listener. So yeah, I think, and also knowing when to be quiet. You don't need to feel like every silence as well.
Yeah, no, I think you're completely right. I think I never think of you as someone who like speaks over someone, but I can appreciate when you're listening to things back regularly.
No, I'm joking.
When you're listening back to things regularly, you're seeing things that like most people wouldn't see about themselves.
No, it's the worst. I hate, so when I have to edit these clips afterwards is so just to get little clips from my TikTok or whatever. So I had this girl on that I work with, like a colleague, and we didn't have a lot of time. We only had an hour because I had to drive her back, and then we only done an hour. I didn't want to keep her too late, and she lived in Greenwich. So I had to watch us back. We only had an hour worth of footage, and I was trying to find a clip where we were talking about something, but I couldn't find one, even though we had a very good conversation. But I was dominating the conversation so much because, one, I was so excited, and two, I knew we were on short time. So when I watched it back, I watched an hour back. I would skip through little bits, obviously, but and she was giving back to me, but it was more like she was interviewing me, and she's a very good listener, and she was like, "Yeah, so what did you think about that then?" And it was just like, this isn't about me. This should be more about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, I literally messaged her like, "I'm so sorry. I didn't realize how much I talked over you." And she was like, "No, you didn't." But
no, I don't feel like you have either. But I feel like I think when I would just naturally ask you questions as a conversation. You know what I mean? But I think I definitely appreciate the podcasters who have refined that art of letting the person speak. Because it's also sometimes the longer the silence, the person you're interviewing feels the need to fill the silence, so you get a bit more out of them, and
you have more time to think about your answers as well.
Yeah, you do.
And that's another thing as well. Like, the reason why this show, even though I didn't want to name the show, it's called Off the Cuff, because I don't like preparing too much. I want to go into a subject and I just already know about it, or I'm going to find out what you're going to tell me. So I don't like to prepare too much. So I had this guy on a couple of times in the last month or so. I went to school with him. Now he's a professional boxer. So I looked up who some of the people that he's fought, and he told me some of the people that he had trained with, who I already knew. I'd done a little bit of research, but I don't like to do too much because I want to know when you tell me, and I want my sort of, how can I put it, organic reaction when you sort of tell me and we talk about something. Yeah,
that makes total sense.
But I get it. I think there's more than one right way to do, say, podcasts or interviews or anything. Everyone's got like a different style. Yeah.
Agreed. But I think you're right. I think the art of listening is absolutely a part of building a good conversation.
100%.
Especially for public viewing.
Yeah, because I think one of the best sort of interviews or podcasts that you can listen to is that you want it to be something like where you feel like, in my experience, I think the best podcast and the best interviews, you feel like you wish you could be there so that you could get involved. Like, you're like, I wish I could answer them, but I can't, or I talk about this.
I think that's a really good point.
Yeah.
I think as well, a really good sign of a good podcast is when you're, say like for instance, I listen to a podcast and I fall asleep, and the next day I'm like, I really want to go back to that podcast.
Yeah.
And you're rewinding, and you can really clearly identify what is answer time and what is question time. So you know, this is exactly when this person's speaking, so let me go back 20 seconds because I know that'll be when the question is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you feel like there's a bit of a structure towards it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Which is kind of an extra point to what you were saying.
Yeah, and that's what I don't know about you, but when I was younger, I used to always watch interviews of people that I found interesting, like celebrities or whatever. I would type in this person's name, interview.
Yeah,
I would watch interviews all the time. But
same.
I guess, obviously, we didn't really have podcasts back then, but I used to just love watching interviews. I still do now. I watch interviews all the time.
What's your favourite interview of all time?
Oh man, that's a hard one. When I was younger, I used to watch Oprah interviewed Michael Jackson. That was a really good one. Really, really good. I like a lot of Louis Theroux's interviews where even before he was doing podcasts, but he would stretch it over like a documentary sort of thing, which I can't say there's one interview in particular that I would be like, this is my favourite or whatever.
Okay.
But I like certain people who are interviewing people and how they do it. Like, there's a few people that I really, really like Ariel Helwani. He's like an MMA journalist and boxing journalist, but he's really good. Joe Rogan's good. Theo Von's a very good one. I like comedians that do interviews as well. There's a certain art to it. I just think being able to ask the right questions, knowing when to chime in, is definitely like a skill.
I always think you've got to know the guest. You have to know the personality type of the guest. And
I actually listen to a lot of podcasts where it's their first time meeting, so that they'll know about each other. Like, he's like Joe Rogan's had a lot of interviews where he's never met this person, but he knows who they are because they're a public figure. But then he's interviewed them.
But I still think even those first initial 5 minutes or the 10 minutes before you get in that room, just getting a little bit of information about who they are as a person.
Yeah, 100%.
On how they might react or their expressions, or you can tell them all introverted or extroverted, or
100%.
Do you know what I mean? How comfortable they just body language things, like those things also take time. That's a skill.
Definitely.
That takes practice and perfection.
Would you ever do a podcast? I feel like you'd be quite good. I feel like you'd be really good, like you and maybe like some friends and talking about like...
So I've
think you could do one easily.
up with a friend before. I was like, we should 100% do a podcast.
Becca?
No, actually.
Who was it?
Molly.
Ah, yeah. Well, I can't really remember it,
but it was like, I mentioned that years ago because we were just like, obviously she lived away for so long and we were just catching up and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, we have to start a podcast together. But that was when podcasts were just taking off.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was in the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I think you guys would be good. I think you guys would be really good.
But then I'm also conscious that sometimes there's too many podcasts.
It's just a saturated market. That's why I don't like to put it out there too much because I know that it's so...
So I feel like, and if I'm going into it, then I want to have a really clear purpose, a really clear mission of the podcast, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know what that would look like at this point. But why do you think it would be?
I just think because you're a good conversationalist, you're a good listener. And I feel like, I don't know if it sounds dumb, but you know, like, I feel like sometimes people might feel more comfortable with a woman if you're talking about certain things. I feel like that could be kind of good.
What, with other women or
yeah,
other men?
And men as well. I just feel like about certain things they might feel more comfortable sort of opening up to you, because I've done shows and I'm just like, so the ones I get most nervous for or excited about is where I don't really know the person that well.
Okay.
So, or I've met them before, but I don't know them that well. And I'm like, and they might be in an industry like this guy that I've met him through people, like I know him, but I don't know him. He's an actor. He's from Beckenham, and I saw him on the news, and I was like, I messaged him. I was like, let's do a podcast together.
Where'd you find him? Facebook.
No, we've got each other on Insta, but what I'm saying is I don't know him that well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, cool, let's do a show, and it was interesting sort of chatting to him, hearing about his story or whatever. So I really like those ones where I don't know them and I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, because you're going into the unknown, and also it's good. Like, if you're trying to perfect your craft, then there's no better way to do it than like baptism by fire. Yeah,
and that's what I'm starting to go at now is trying. I didn't realize to get your podcast onto Spotify is free, so I'm gonna get my podcast on Spotify. And I want to try and get better guests, and then I can start spreading it out more. Because I know it's a saturated market, but I'm not really doing it for that. I just enjoy interviewing people. It's fun.
No, 100. I agree. But so, what kind of guests have you yet to interview, or where would you like? Who would you like to interview?
I would like to interview someone, be a bit ambitious, and be someone who's got like a following themselves.
Yeah. Okay.
But in terms of like specific industry, I've interviewed. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to have celebrities or whatever, but I've interviewed, say, fighters.
Yeah.
Actors now. I've never interviewed like a musician, I guess.
Okay.
That would be kind of cool to interview someone that does music. But I've interviewed a lot of my colleagues, so like TV people, my peers. But just anything. To be honest, what I always say is if you've got an interesting story or something to talk about, let's have a chat. Do you know what I mean? That's what I think. But anyway, this has been great. We'll wrap this up so I can put this on my laptop so we can leave a bit early, go to the pub. Thank you all for listening, and we will be back. I'll edit the videos and we'll go from there. Cool.
Amazing. Thank you, guys.
That's right.
Why don't I just say guys?